Hi, and welcome back to Dubai Real Estate Philosophy. My name is Ahmed, and today we have a very special project for you guys. This is called Hills View, and something that's very crazy about this project is we have this exclusively with Aeon and Trisl. No one else can give you this offer that we have today. I'm in the Furjan area. As you guys can see behind me, that is the Nuke Towers, Nuke 1 and Nuke 2. This was by Wasl, and right in front of that, you have the Energy metro station. And you can see it's maybe like a 4 or 5 minute walk to the metro station. I'm standing right now on the plot of Hills View. Now, the most important thing about this is we are standing in Wasl Gate community. So Wasl, which is a government-backed developer, obviously these are the same guys who made, One Residence is basically the Expo construction, all these things. So very solid developer, very well-known developer, and they are the master plan designer of this, right? And in for John, Wasl Gate is their community. Okay, we also have Ibn Battuta Mall right here, the Festival Plaza with the IKEA. Ports, all this. So the shopping experience is there. The transportation is already there with the metro. And if you want to drive around with the car, you got Sheikh Zayed Road right in front of you. You have the Elias Street right there, which is going to connect you to the upcoming Expo. Obviously, all the other stuff. We have the Jabal Ali, Palm Jabal Ali. So location-wise, this is pretty solid. For John is one of those communities that is very up and coming. Right now, if you go on the Google Maps, it's pretty blank, but we have Dalal for John, Rujal for John, Jabal Ali Village, all these communities that are going to come. So 2, 3, 4 years from now, this is going to look like a completely different area. And the infrastructure is already made. It is already here. Again, you guys saw the metro station and all these things. Now, speaking a bit more about the project, this developer is not a new developer. They have 3 towers in JLT. They already made. Goldcrest Views 1, 2, and 3 is the developers that these guys have made. So these guys can make towers in JLT, these big high-rise 50-story plus towers. They can definitely make this project. It's not a high-rise building. It could be a very nice, similar to the group actually. So we'll show you renders of it. Now we're gonna go to the office. We'll show you guys the show apartment, and we'll really get down to the nitty-gritty numbers because the pricing and payment plan on this project is excellent. This is a very valuable project. We're looking at studios from 640,000, one beds 1.045 million, and 2 beds at around 1.59 million, with also a 3-year post handover payment plan. Now I'm not gonna bore you with the details, so let's show you guys the show apartment, their office in Business Bay. We're gonna head over there. Stay tuned for that. So now we just came back from the plot. We just saw the location. As you guys saw, it is close to Nuke 1 and 2. It is basically in the Wasl Gate community. Now we came into their basically sales center here in Business Bay, and we're going to take a look at the show apartment just to understand the quality and what they are offering. So over here we're standing in the kitchen. It does come with the white goods. You have your stove, your oven, your washing machine, your fridge is here, and these are all soft close appliances. And as you can see, the ceiling height is very nice as well. It doesn't feel very compact, very compressed, very minimalist design tones over here. And then moving on, you can see this is a very expansive basically living room and dining room situation. This does not come with the apartment, but this is just to show you a reference point for the size that you're going to be getting. And this is again the living room over here, and you can see again how the ceiling height is very nice. The living room over here, feels very airy, not very compact and compressed. And you're going to see the similar design ethos continues into the bedroom. So once we get into the bedroom, you can see again, this is a full king size bed, and you can see it looks fairly well placed. So I'm going to stand in the corner of the room, and you can see how again you have floor to ceiling windows. You can see you got ample space surrounding the bed. Obviously it does come with a built-in closet over here. Now it's not a walk-in type, but again it's built in. Again, everything is self closing. You have your master bathroom over here as well. Now moving into the main area again, one more thing they do, it does come, even though it's a 1 bed, it comes with a powder room. This is something that is getting rarer and rarer in Dubai market. A lot of 1 beds are now just coming with 1 bathroom. So if you do have guests over, it's nice and always convenient to have a powder room as well. Now, so we showed you guys the plot. We spoke a bit about the developer. We spoke a bit about the pricing and the payment plan. You guys saw the plot location. Again, excellent opportunity. And then now we're seeing the show apartment. So now let's move into the investment analysis, and we're gonna see how the payment plan is. What is the price breakdown for your studios, your 1 beds, your 2 beds? Again, this is not a huge developer. So the good thing about these things is that if there's a smaller developer that's giving that good quality, that good price, that good payment plan, and most importantly, an excellent location, if you come in with a nice offer, maybe if you want multiple units, you can also try to work and deal with the developer to get some discounts, to get some favors, all these kind of things we're going to talk about in the investment analysis. So stay tuned for that section of the video. So this is now the investment analysis portion of the video, where we basically go over, all the details and, actually look at the numbers and all these things for Hillsview at Wasl. So you guys saw we were just at the plot, amazing location. Then we went to the sales center. We saw the show apartment. We saw, the model bureau as well. So as you guys can see over here in the presentation right now, Hillsview at Wasl Gate, gorgeous building at the roof. We obviously have the gym, all these amenities and whatnot. So let's dive deep into it, and then we can get a better idea. Now, speaking again about the location, you guys saw we were there at the physical location. You guys saw the Nuke building right there, the energy metro station, and this is just a more better idea. 3 minutes walk to IKEA, Jebel Ali. Again, we showed you guys that. And then another very important thing is that that entire area is also called the Tolerance Corridor. So they also have the Guru Nanak Gurdwara, which is for all the Sikh people. They have basically the Lord Shiva temple, that's for our Hindus, and obviously they have masjids there as well. And obviously then we have the Ibn Battuta Mall 4 minutes away, obviously the metro station and the Festival Plaza. So very ideal location, not to mention, as you guys can see on the picture, there is right next to Sheikh Zayed Road. There really is no other project right now that you can get at this price point with this kind of payment plan in this kind of prime location basically. Now moving on, again over here, this is a bit more of a map view. You can see how close it is to Palm Jebel Ali as well. Obviously the Maktoum International Airport, and as you guys can see, they've highlighted all these close by temples and all these things. So people who want to live there, again, they might be working in the Dubai, industrial area. They might be working in Jebel Ali Port. They might be working, on the Palm, somewhere around there. And obviously the Maktoum International Airport, which is going to create a lot of jobs. These people need to stay somewhere. They need to rent somewhere. They need to buy somewhere. And this project with this kind of price point is going to be a phenomenal option for sure. Now, moving on, this is obviously the architecture for the building. You guys saw the B-roll. It's an L-shaped building, kind of similar to the Nuke, the one that is already there. You guys can see the podium level, and then obviously the L shape. So this is basically the architecture of the building. Very nice, very modern design ethos. Now, this is the most important part, the prices. Again, the studios from 645,000, average size 428, 1 beds 1.045, 780 average size, and 2 bedrooms from 1.59 with 1180 square foot. This is a phenomenal price for that area. I remember way back in the day, 645,000 for a studio, that is the price you get nowadays for Dubai production city, Dubai studio city, these kind of areas which are nowhere close to Sheikh Zayed. They don't have the metro access. They don't have that massive potential coming up, because as we mentioned, even when we were at the plot, Buruj Al Furjan, Dilal Al Furjan, Jebel Ali Village, all these communities are there. They're going to be handed over. Again, you're close to Expo, so no doubt that there's going to be a massive amounts of capital appreciation in this specific project. Now moving on, the best part is obviously the payment plan. You only have to pay 5% for the down payment, okay, obviously, and then 45 days another 5%, and then 3 months later we're paying the 10%. Now we have to keep in mind, we always with the down payment, you also have to pay the 4% DLD, but that's all you have to pay in Dubai. 4% DLD fees, Dubai Land Department fees, which goes to the government, and then obviously the down payment. Phenomenal payment plan where you're only paying 55% until the project is handed over, and then we have a 3-year post handover payment plan. So that definitely means for a lot of people, cash flow is going to be exceptional. Now, is it going to cover the entire cost if you give it on rent? No, obviously not. It will definitely help you because you're already generating cash flow from an asset that you have not even paid. You've only paid 55%. Now, if you want to go the mortgage route, we'll obviously cover that as well, but you guys can pause and see the payment plan as well. Again, right now in this kind of market, in this kind of location, there really is
nothing. That's why even in our video we're saying this really is the best value proposition right now in the offline market. Now moving on into the mortgage scenario, and also we'll talk about the rentals. Again, long-term lease for this kind of size. Now right next door you can see there's Nuke 1, Nuke 2. You guys can go to bayou.com. As a matter of fact, I'll show you the picture right now. 85,000 dirhams for a 2-bed with again, look at the sizes. It's 780 square foot for a 2-bed, and that's going at 85,000 per year, and that is in today's market. This 2-bed is going to be 1180 on average size, and the building is going to be handed over after a couple of years, so the rent is definitely going to increase. But for being conservative, right, being insured, like keeping in mind that, okay, let's say even if we take 85,000 dirhams a year, it is still going to be a phenomenal return on investment, which is not going to be, again, rents are going to be higher because sizes are much better, and obviously by the time you actually get the handover, there's going to be a lot more construction that's done in the area surrounding. Now if we want to go the mortgage scenario, again, 45% we have to give post handover. Okay, now let's say you want to mortgage it. Again, I wouldn't say, but a lot of people, they want the rental EMIs, the rent to cover the EMIs. So just looking at that scenario again quickly, if you're not a resident, again, if you're a resident, interest rates are much more lower, 4 or 5%, you can easily get it. If you're an international client, because there's a lot of demand, I have a lot of people who are from the international, non-residents who want to buy this for investment, they'll get around 6.5%, which turns up to around 5,368 dirhams per month. Now if we look at the DCSR, again, the debt coverage service ratio, that is going to be around 1.3x. That means you're making 1.3 times more per month from your long-term lease than what you have to pay to the bank. So in that mortgage scenario case, definitely it will cover the entire cost of the rent as well. So technically you pay 55%, you get the asset, it starts generating cash flow, you can pay off the bank, and then after a while, once you paid it off, you've enjoyed the rental income, you can also refinance. So this is definitely ticking all the boxes when it comes to investment. Again, final verdict, I really think we tried to cover everything in this project. This is the best location for John, very underrated community, a lot of development in the future, direct connectivity to Sheikh Zayed, direct connectivity to the Yalayais Road, and obviously close to the Expo, Palm Jabal Ali, all these things. Best value pricing, again, 650,000 for a studio, and obviously the 1.048 million for a 1-bed. These are the kind of prices you're also getting in JVC, in Dubai Production City, IMPZ. These areas are very far off compared to where this location is. There's no metro access over there. There's the Sheikh Zayed is not over there. So definitely this location and this value pricing is something that is should not be missing. Again, best post handover payment plan. A lot of developers, they want to do that, and we have to understand this as well. A lot of people, they have a lot of doubt that, okay, what if the developer, will they be able to handle the delivery, will it be on time? Look, we have to understand, if we look at the payment plan, you can go back to the payment plan. Actually, if we look at the payment plan, you can see it is linked to the construction. 10% construction, 20, 30, 40, 60, and 80% construction, and 100% on handover. The reason the payment plan is actually linked to the construction is for the client's safety, right? In case, if some people, they might have a doubt, oh, will they actually be able to hand over? Look, you don't have to pay unless the construction is complete. And for those of you who don't live in Dubai, you might not know that there's a Dubai Rest application, the DLD, the 4% that you're actually paying to the government. They have quarterly checks, they have inspectors who go out there and they check. So unless the developer does the construction, you are not liable to pay. Not to mention, all your money is already going into an escrow account, so it's already safe like that as well. Now so that's the whole the payment plan. Again, excellent mortgage coverage as well for those of your investors who wants to do this. Again, favorable market conditions as well. The location has a lot going for it. The pricing has a lot going for it in terms of competitive advantage and capital appreciation. And then obviously you're making excellent rental returns as well, because again, a lot of jobs are going to be created in that area. Palm Jabal Ali is there, the port is there. So all these people who work in these kind of areas, all these people who religiously as well might want to be close to the Guru Nanak Darbar or the Hindu temple, or that area as a location as a whole, with the mall being right there, the metro being right there. You have excellent connectivity. It doesn't matter if you have a car or you want to do use the metro system, the public transport system. we as landlords, it will be very easy for us to find tenants for this kind of property. Nuke is doing excellent. These are all the favorable market conditions for this. Now, this is basically where we'll wrap it up. Again, I'd like to emphasize on this point again, this project is not available for everyone. There's only 2-3 agencies that have exclusive inventory for this project. Again, I do work with Aeon and Trisl. We are one of the largest brokerages in Dubai. Again, ranked #1 with Imar for the 7th consecutive quarter. We are very highly ranked. We have excellent relationship with the developer as well, and they have given us exclusive access to the inventory. It has been launched, it has been released. Floors are being sold, a lot of people coming, and the good thing is, if you guys are serious, if you guys see this as maybe a bulk deal opportunity as well, again, there's a lot of room for negotiation because we have excellent ties with the developer. You can come if you have multiple units, if you want to get half a floor, maybe a full floor, then it's very easy to even negotiate some more discounts. So this definitely, at this price point with this payment plan, it is a solid option. I highly recommend, and in my opinion, this is the most valuable, value-oriented launch in this market today in Dubai. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Hills Views at Wasl Gate. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Again, Aeon Trisl, we have this exclusive inventory. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.